2014-2015 boys varsity basketball team on the 10-year anniversary of one of the Ironmen's greatest postseason runs in school history. There are many team highlights from that basketball season, including the following. We were undefeated Big 12 Conference champions, State Farm Holiday Classic champions. In the super sectional game at Illinois State University, the Ironmen upset #1 state-ranked and national power Chicago Simeon 64-50. We defeated Geneva in the state semifinals on a tip-in by Alex Peacock, sending us to the first state championship game in history. The Ironmen lost in the state championship game to Stevenson High School, who was led by current New York Knicks NBA All-Star Jalen Brunson. The Ironmen ended the season with a school record 33 wins against only 2 losses. Not only were these team members great basketball players, but they were great students and have gone on to successful careers and are great men, husbands, and fathers. We'd like to thank these men for continuing the foundation for the successful Ironman basketball run over the last 25 seasons. Here tonight are the following members of that historic team. 6 made it back. First we have Nate Komnick. Nate is a junior high science teacher and girls basketball coach in Pekin. Next we have Connor Altman. Connor works for Caterpillar in North Carolina and was also a member of our second place state soccer team that school year. Next we have Mason Meyer, who works for State Farm, was also a member of that second place state soccer team, and he and his wife just had twin baby boys. David Boyd. David was a starting point guard for the Ironmen that year and currently works at Rivian. Next we have Zach Thompson. Zach is one of the all-time great NCHS three-point shooters, and he's now a youth pastor at Eastview Church. And last we have Tyler Sebring. Tyler was an All-State nominee his senior year and scored over 1,000 points in his career for the Ironmen, and he now works in finance in Boston, Massachusetts. Mr. Witzig always likes to stir up a little controversy, so he told me to ask to let the debate begin. Is this the greatest team in Ironman basketball history? Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in thanking and congratulating the members of the 2014-2015 NCHS State Runner-Up Boys Basketball Team.
Clutch. Ice in their veins. Mamba mentality. For years, elite athletes have been portrayed as unbreakable, superhuman competitors who push through any challenge. But while athletes are incredible, they aren't invincible. Michael Phelps, Simone Biles, Serena Williams, Noah Lyles. These Olympians have broken the silence on mental health struggles, challenging the old shut up and dribble mindset. A new era has embraced a new mantra: open up and inspire. It's a message that resonated at Normal Community on January 15th during the annual Stay Another Day night, where the girls and boys basketball teams took the floor for a doubleheader, warming up in gear promoting the movement started by community alum Mackenzie Nelson. Nelson, a former community softball player, built a brand and a message that has become a lasting legacy in her hometown. But before Stay Another Day reached thousands, it was a lesson she learned through personal experience.
She went on to play college softball, got injured, took a line drive to the face.
In the wake of that career-ending injury, Nelson developed Stay Another Day, a simple yet powerful reminder she needed during the pressures of her athletic career. Today, that message has reached millions.
She'd tell the coaches how she was feeling, and they told her she's being dramatic and go to bed. I mean, she heard that, and she came back home. She's like, my mental health is more important than that.
Now an advocate for mental health, Nelson has grown Stay Another Day into a movement, but she also lives by its principles. Unable to attend this year's event, Clutch. Ice in their veins. Mamba mentality. For years, elite athletes have been portrayed as unbreakable, superhuman competitors who push through any challenge. But while athletes are incredible, they aren't invincible. Michael Phelps, Simone Biles, Serena Williams, Noah Lyles. These Olympians have broken the silence on mental health struggles, challenging the old shut up and dribble mindset. A new era has embraced a new mantra: open up and inspire. It's a message that resonated at Normal Community on January 15th during the annual Stay Another Day night, where the girls and boys basketball teams took the floor for a doubleheader, warming up in gear promoting the movement started by community alum Mackenzie Nelson. Nelson, a former community softball player, built a brand and a message that has become a lasting legacy in her hometown. But before Stay Another Day reached thousands, it was a lesson she learned through personal experience.
She went on to play college softball, got injured, took a line drive to the face.
In the wake of that career-ending injury, Nelson developed Stay Another Day, a simple yet powerful reminder she needed during the pressures of her athletic career. Today, that message has reached millions.
She'd tell the coaches how she was feeling, and they told her she's being dramatic and go to bed. I mean, she heard that, and she came back home. She's like, my mental health is more important than that.
Now an advocate for mental health, Nelson has grown Stay Another Day into a movement, but she also lives by its principles. Unable to attend this year's event due to illness, she put her own lesson into practice, prioritizing self-care.
She's not feeling well, or she had been here tonight, but like she would be ecstatic to see everybody wearing all the Stay Another Day stuff, for sure.
Outside the gym, a Stay Another Day stand showcased Nelson's brand, this time featuring a special collaboration with the girls' basketball program, incorporating their season mantra, "Fear is a liar." For Community's athletes who are walking the same halls Mackenzie once did, the event is more than just another game. It's a reminder of the importance of mental health, one that extends far beyond the school, as NCHS Resource Officer Jeremy Flood has seen firsthand.
Connecting is protecting, all right? So spreading the message that Mackenzie has to as many kids as we can across state is my goal. I don't know if kids from Centennial knew about Stay Another Day, but they do now.
That message has gone beyond just the halls of Community. Over the last few years, Nelson has spoken to health classes at NCHS, addressed 300 Illinois resource officers at a state conference, and recently reached over 1,000 Illinois State University student-athletes.
It's far from just local. I mean, we're selling nationwide. She spoke to like 1,000 student-athletes at ISU a couple months ago. We're right here, we're growing right here, but everybody struggles the same way, like throughout the country and world, for that matter.
Mental health struggles affect people in every profession. something Officer Flood understands personally.
It's very personal for me and for police in general. Mental health for police is something that was overlooked for a long time. We struggle with mental health as much as anybody else out there, and suicide is one of the leading causes of death for police officers.
Stay Another Day's message has also gained traction online, with Nelson's platform growing to over 600,000 likes and 60,000 followers on TikTok. But despite that global reach, she remains committed to her local roots, anchoring the movement at her brand's brick-and-mortar shop at Gill Street. It was in that shop that former Heartland volleyball player Casey Mays first connected with Nelson. What started as a collaboration has since turned into a job and a personal mission.
We actually, before I even knew Mackenzie, we collaborated with her, the volleyball team at Heartland, and we got to wear the Stay Another Day shirt for our warm-up.
Heartland's volleyball program has long emphasized mental health, making it a priority in their training.
We're super big about mental health, so we did a lot of days where we would meditate or talk to the coaches one-on-one.
That same approach is shared by Community Girls Basketball head coach Dave Feeney, who sees sports as about more than just competition. His team incorporates connection-building activities, recognizing that athletes need space to step back from the pressures of the game. On a night dedicated to mental health awareness, the school embraced Stay Another Day, showing up in full support of Nelson's message.
Almost everyone, a lot of people are wearing Stay Another Day, and I just, I've never seen that.
From murals on the walls to classroom discussions, from a nationwide platform to a guaranteed daily sighting of Stay Another Day shirts in the halls, Mackenzie Nelson has left a lasting mark on community.
It touches me in the heart. It touches her in the heart. Yeah, it's huge. I mean, it's our foundation.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Normal Community High School. It's Normal Community High School basketball on the Ink Spot tonight as the Ironmen at 24-6 take on the rivals from across town, the Normal West Wildcats. Joel Swanson, Zach Knox-Doyle, and Brady Phelps joining us here this evening from Ironman Gymnasium. And gentlemen, Normal West, the rivalry across town, throw away with the records because Normal Community is going to see West twice in a matter of 6 days, and it starts here tonight, but a chance to win the conference championship outright. So a lot to play for, even though West comes in with just a 7-19 record.
Well, this is the game that everybody around the Bloomington Normal area, they always circle the games against Normal Community and Normal West because no matter the records, it is always a great game. West is near the bottom of the Big 12 while Community's at the top. Yet when they played earlier this season, it was a 5-point game. Community got out to a 16-2 lead early in the game, but West ended up getting within 3, within a possession with about 20 seconds left. So it is always a very close game between these two.
And the big player for West in that contest was Mike Zaleski, and he is one of the few seniors on this team. And Brady and Zach, when you look at the Normal West roster, youth just jumps out at you. A lot of freshmen and sophomores for this team. So it's a Normal West team that might be a couple years away, but certainly in kind of a rebuild mode here in 24-25.
Yeah, it's a team that just has 2 seniors, 1 junior, and the most astounding thing, 8 sophomores, 2 freshmen, so 10 underclassmen on this varsity roster. And if you look at the JV, every single player on the JV except for 1 is also listed on the varsity. So this is an incredibly young team that have gotten 7 wins this season, and most of their roster is going to be there for 2 more years.
I think tonight they're looking to maybe have something to prove, and I think they don't like their chances going to the postseason, but tonight they have a chance to make a statement, as they'll see Community again in just 6 days, as Mr. Swanson mentioned.
Yeah, it's really interesting, and I know it makes the coaches nervous to have West here on a Friday night, and then to have to come back and play them in the biggest games of the year on Wednesday. So it's an interesting circumstance, first of all, for Normal Community, also for Normal West, but there's probably more pressure on the Ironmen here in this situation. They're going to be a heavy favorite in both of these games on Friday night tonight and then next Wednesday as well.
And the interesting thing is the game on next Wednesday, that game is at Normal West. So that's almost like a home game for them, but obviously, as you can see right now, if you look into the stands, they're almost full on both sides. That's exactly how it's going to be in that game on Wednesday, except that's going to be the regional at West. So I think that gives them maybe a slight advantage, but it's always neck and neck, whether it's at Community, at the Shirk Center, at West. It's always just a great matchup.
The last time we saw these two teams was at the Shirk Center, and Zach, you and I did that game. That seems like a long time ago. And you talk about the Ironmen, you know, we kind of went into that game with, okay, what is this team going to be like? Coming off the state runner-up, this team has really come together. Now, we can talk a little bit about last Monday, kind of the trip to St. Louis. Didn't go as well as the Ironmen were hoping, but played some really good competition on President's Day.
Yeah, Community's now 24-6. They were 13-4, and they had won 11 straight before they took on both of those Missouri teams, and they fell to Principia by 24. They were within 6 late in the third quarter. Something to note about Principia, they are a top 5 undefeated team in Missouri, and then just a couple hours after, they played Cardinal Ritter College Prep and lost by 15. This is their first losing streak of the season. They're still 24-6, and were red hot before that.
Yeah, certainly were. We're going to go ahead and turn things over to the lineups and the national anthem.
Fans, please remember that admission to an interscholastic event is a privilege, and with that privilege comes responsibility. The responsibility to conduct oneself in a manner that will allow others to enjoy the game. Sportsmanship is for everyone, on the court and in the stands. Before we do the national anthem, we have a special recognition tonight. Last Friday, February 14th at Ridgewoods High School, NCHS senior Kobe Walker broke Harold Ward's single-season rebounding record of 345 rebounds, which was set in 1972. Kobe's relentless work ethic and desire to improve during both the off-season and in practice every day is as relentless as his desire to get every rebound during games. Congratulations to Kobe in setting the new school single-season rebounding record, and we hope you get many more tonight and in the coming weeks. Let's hear it one more time for Kobe Walker, the new NCHS single-season rebound king. At this time, everyone, please rise and face the flag and remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of the national anthem by Normal Community High School senior Victor Rodas Padilla. the Wildcats from Normal West. At guard, a 5'9" junior, 0, Malik Gibbons-Smith. At guard, a 5'11" sophomore, number 2, Zach Marble. The third guard is a 5'11" senior, number 23, Mike Zaleski. At center, a 6'6" senior, number 43, Owen Voorhees. And at forward, a 6'2" sophomore, number 22, Riley Larkin. The Wildcats are coached by Ed Hofferman and assisted by Drew Emmerich, Dimitri Riggs, Mike Sarver, and Mike Sanchez. And now here's the starting five for your home team, Normal Ironmen. At guard, 5'11" junior, number 5, Trey Burdett. The other guard is a 5'10" junior, number 3, Andrew Nauer. In the middle, at center, 6'9" senior, 42, Kobe Walker. At one forward, a 6'6" sophomore, number 4, Jarrell Brown. And the other forward is a 6'4" senior, number 21, Owen Osborne. The Ironmen are coached by Dave Witzig and assisted by Nate Foster, Matt Schweinberg, Brian Short, John Hughes, LeConte Nix, and Derek Schonauer.
Our starting lineups and our national anthem here from Normal Community High School tonight. And here we go. The Ironmen in the white uniforms, Ironmen across the front, Normal West in the black uniforms, Normal West across their chests. And we are on our way, Big 12 basketball. And Kobe Walker, honored before the game, broke the single season rebounding record in Normal Community history. Zach, just give us a quick rundown on that rebound record, how long that had been standing in. What an accomplishment that is for Kobe.
Yeah, that record had been standing since 1972 by Harold Nord. Kobe already has 20 more than him with 365, and that will keep tallying throughout the postseason.
Yeah, and here's Trey Burdett, 3-ball on the way that comes up short. Rebound picked out of there by the Wildcats, and they'll come back the other direction. That's Zach Marvel, the 5'11" sophomore, and you'll hear that word sophomore a lot with speaking about the Wildcats and who they're going to be putting on the floor. Malik Gibbons-Smith is a junior, but there are a lot of young players here on the 24-25 version of Normal West basketball.
Yeah, this Cats team has 10 underclassmen, and a new starter for Normal Community, Jarrell Brown, is a sophomore as well in his first start tonight.
And now here's an outside 3 on the way, and that's good that time by Owen Voorhees. The 6'6" senior knocks it home, and West is out front to a 3-point lead.
Yeah, Voorhees is someone that doesn't usually start, just averages about 1 point per game, but he's got a pretty shot, and I think they put him in that starting lineup to try to fend off against Kobe Walker.
Yeah, he's really about the only size that they have, and they're going to need all of it against the big 6'9" senior center inside. Here's Owen Osborne cutting down inside. Andrew Nauer, 3 on the way. It's off the back iron. Rebound tipped around, and there's another board for the big guy. He's taken down, and we're going to get a foul against Voorhees inside. After him at 6'6", the next tallest player on the roster for Normal West is Isaiah Willis at 6'1". So just not a lot of size for Normal West, and we'll see if Voorhees can keep himself on the floor.
Yeah, West is a really small team, and sometimes you'll see them play 5 out. They love the 3-ball. Here's a 3 from Jarrell Brown.
Got it. Jarrell Brown starts the scoring for Normal West. So Voorhees gets one on one end. Brown knocks down the 3 on the other end, and we are tied at 3 here with 6:20 to go in the first quarter.
And that's why Brown's brought into the starting lineup. He's emerged as the 4th leading scorer for Normal Community, leads the team in 3-point percentage, and makes this season.
Yeah, it's also interesting with Jarrell's length as the ball is knocked out of bounds off Gibbons-Smith. You know, we could see a year from now with his length and his ability to be able to get to the basket as well. He's going to have a really nice all-around game, just a sophomore, and as he gets stronger, boy, he is going to be one heck of a player.
Yeah, and I think that lengthy figure that he has also is an advantage sometimes. He can move very quickly, but he's got a lot more length on a lot of these guys, and that's why he gets all these great three-point opportunities.
Now we see Jarrell going to the basket outside now, or a three. That's around and out that time for Andrew, and there is Kobe Walker inside. He lost it. Nice job by the Wildcats. Giving Smith back the other way. Nice bounce pass inside and finishing the layup that time. Zach Marvel for Normal West, and it's 5-3 Cats.
Marvel averages 5 points per contest, and he also is second on the team in steals with over 1 a game. And we have some breaking news for Normal Community. Caden Carell won and will be playing in the state championship for wrestling tomorrow.
Yeah, wrestling in the state title match. Congratulations to Caden. Congratulations to the Normal Community Wrestling program as well, as that is an accomplishment, I will tell you. Their competition for that is so high, and that is at the State Farm Center. And they get great crowds for that state individual wrestling tournament. So congratulations to Caden. And Normal Community very proud of the senior wrestler. 5-3 our score. Normal West has the lead. The Ironmen off to a slow start here in this one. We saw West play very close to the Ironmen at the inner city. Here comes Owen Osborne, steal coast to coast. Oh, Given Smith doing a great job at the basket, able to knock it away.
Given Smith is a true point guard for this team. He does everything.
There's Zaleski's three is no good. We saw him really carry the Wildcats offensively in the game the Ironmen won at the Shirk Center. There's Kobe Walker doing what Kobe does best, catching it high and throwing it down.
A nice slam there from Kobe. That's exactly what you love to see from the big man.
He caught it high, kept it high, and was able to throw it down. Good job running the floor. And Connor Smith's going to get ready to check into the lineup here now for Normal Community. 4:40 to go first quarter. We are tied at 5, and we're going to get a holding foul against Andrew Nauer there for the Ironmen. Yeah, we talked about this before the game, but the Wildcats and the Ironmen will play each other tonight, and they'll play each other in the regional semifinal. That will be on Wednesday night. They're just going to change venues heading over to Normal West. So the Ironmen are going to see the rival Wildcats 2 times in about 5 days, 6 days. And so that's certainly going to heat up this rivalry here between the crosstown rivals.
Yeah, this is the 12th matchup that they've had within 5 years. It'll be 13 within 5 years on Wednesday. So these two teams meet a lot, and it has just blossomed into a great rivalry.
It certainly has. And Wildcats a little bit down this year, but they've had some really nice teams in past years. Malik Given Smith is blocked at the basket that time, and here come the Ironmen back the other way. Connor Smith just checked in now. Over to Burdett now to Jarrell Brown on the left side. There's Connor Smith, 3 on the way. It's no good. Andrew Nauer's got the rebound inside. Gives it to Burdett, who's cut off on the baseline. Oh, nice pass inside. Kobe Walker will finish.
Good finish there from Walker. Looks like he could have kicked it to a three-pointer, but he has such a big advantage in this game size-wise. Even with Voorhees in there, he's still got a couple inches on him and a lot more experience.
Yeah, it certainly does. And a nice pass that time from Trey Burdett. The Ironmen take their first lead here at 7-5 in the contest. 3:35 to go first quarter. A nice high screen that time for Marvel. Now finds Zaleski, guarded by Jarrell Brown. He finds an opening that time. 15-footer is good. And Mike Zaleski. And Zach, as I mentioned, he had a really nice game at the inner city. I felt like he kept Normal West in the contest that night.
Yeah, he really did. 28 points in that contest, over half of their points. He's the leading scorer for them this season.
Trey Burdett had an open 3, wouldn't go. Marvel's got the rebound for Normal West. He's a sophomore. Given Smith is a junior out there. He has got the ball right now to Zaleski, one of the few seniors on the roster. Riley Larkin is a 6'2 sophomore, had the ball just a moment ago. As West keeping the ball on the perimeter right now. And you mentioned it, Zach, you can see the 5 out, 0 in for Normal West. No post players out there, and they're going to try to spread the Ironmen out.
Yeah, even when they have a post in Voorhees, but now he got inside, and a nice bucket there from the senior, and West has yet another lead. Great start from Normal West, much different than the inner city game where Normal Community got off to a 16-2 lead early in the first.
And Owen Voorhees has 5. There's Jarrell Brown inside, just about threw it down. Kobe Walker misses both shots. Brown's got it, and now we'll get a foul at the basket.
relentless from Jarrell Brown there. After you missed the dunk, obviously went for the poster there, but he was able to stay in the paint, get that rebound when there was 4 Wildcats trying to get the board, drew the foul. That's just a really mature play there from the sophomore.
As Brown's free throw up and good. Brown at 6'6", Kobe Walker 6'9". We're going to see in just a moment Chase Caston's going to come in. Chase listed at 6'3", but probably a solid 6'5". Out there for the freshman. Owen Osborne at 6'4", so Normal Community has a tremendous size advantage over Normal West here tonight, and Jarrell Brown will head to the bench.
Yeah, not only does
it's Owen Osborne in the game for Normal Community.
Not only does Community have a size advantage in this game, they obviously are a lot older as well. So we have 4 seniors, 1 junior on the court right now for the Ironmen, and then on the flip side for West, they have no seniors on the court right now. Very young team for the Wildcats.
Now Marcus Russell out there for Normal Community. He's done a great job pressuring the ball all year long. As Normal West is going to work the basketball here. Boy, if they can take time off the clock, their goal is to stick around in this game as long as they possibly can. Wildcats come in just 1-8 right now in the Big 12. Normal Community 9-0, looking to finish off another perfect Big 12 season with an outright conference championship. Peoria sitting right below them right now at 9-1. So the Lions are right there. As the ball goes inside, it's tipped away that time from Oliver Brookins. On the other end comes Connor Smith. He lobs it up for Kobe Walker inside, and Kobe will lay it home.
6 points for the big man for Normal Community. He's already got 6. He's shooting 74% this season from the free throw line, which is actually second for Normal Community. So he could very possibly get this up to 7, get Community's lead back up to 3, which I think would be the biggest of the game.
That certainly would, as Kobe's free throw up, and he got it. So Kobe's now got 7 points here in the contest. All the points for Normal Community have come from Jarrell Brown and Kobe Walker. Jarrell's got 5, Kobe Walker's got 7. Owen Voorhees leads Normal West right now with 5 points for the senior. 1 minute to go here. First quarter, 12-9. The Ironmen have the lead over their crosstown rivals from Normal West.
Yeah, keep an eye on Mike Zaleski, who averages 13 a game, but there's the steal from Marcus Russell.
Russell on the other end. He goes coast to coast, and Marcus Russell doing what Marcus Russell does well. Get the steal in the front court right there and take it all the way to the basket.
Yeah, when Russell comes off the bench, he adds a little bit more energy for Normal Community. Very deep team. Connor Smith also coming off the bench. So those were 2 guys that were starting in the beginning of the season, and now they just add a different level of energy for this bench.
Given Smith's shot is no good that time. Too hard off the backboard, and we'll see if the Ironmen take the last shot of the quarter here. 15 seconds on the clock now as Andrew Nauer will set it. Now over to Owen Osborne. Owen with 10, now to Marcus Russell. Back up top for Connor Smith with 7. Gets a screen from Walker with 5. Connor Smith now with 3. Connor with 2. Jumper on the way at the horn. No good. Rebound to Kobe Walker. And that is the quarter. 1 quarter down from Normal Community High School tonight. It's the Ironmen 14 and the Wildcats 9. Well, guys, your overall impression of the first quarter so far, what did you see out there?
Well, out the gate, the Wildcats brought a lot of energy, and Kobe Walker's been able to fend that off with 7 points of his own. I think it's got to be a sigh of relief after this past weekend. He faced a 6'9" sophomore at Prince Pia. So now coming back and usually having his usual dominance, he's able to use that height over Voorhees, and I think he'll be out looking to capitalize on that all day.
Yeah, I think we could expect to see even more from Kobe Walker. Obviously, he had 7 points in the first quarter, but I could see us seeing even more from Kobe just because of Voorhees. I think he doesn't play as much. He usually gets about 10 minutes per contest, and, you know, he could definitely get gassed. And then also, Normal West just doesn't have much size besides that, and Kobe Walker has seen guys like Voorhees throughout this season, and he's had a couple 30 pieces this season. I would really expect him to get one tonight. If he's going to get another one, he can just have pure dominance against Normal West and kind of a get back after those Missouri games.
Yeah, the question for Normal West, I think, is where is the scoring going to come from here against this Normal Community defense? And we'll see if Normal West can find that scoring to be able to stick around in this game. Down 14-9 here as we go to the second quarter. The Ironmen got off to a slow start offensively, but pretty much dominated inside. Jarrell Brown knocked in a three, a couple of free throws, but Kobe Walker, 7 first quarter points for the Ironmen, getting them out to a 14-9 lead. Zaleski has it taken away by Marcus Russell. Here comes Russell back the other way. Stop, pop inside, a little bit short that time as Russell looking to finish, came up just a little bit short of the jumper.
Yeah, Russell is keeping the best players on West in Zalest and Given Smith. Well, they only have 2 combined so far. He's really been keeping them in check, and he's gotten 2 steals from them.
Nice drop down inside. It's knocked away by the Ironmen, and here comes Andrew Nauer back the other way. Normal Community up 5. Connor Smith, 3 ball, way off that time. Tipped around by Owen Osborne. Osborne's got it again, and he'll lay it home.
Owen Osborne has really blossomed into a different player this year. Obviously, last year we just saw him shoot a lot of threes. Now we see him in the post a lot more. He's that hustle player, does everything for Normal Community, getting the putback there.
Yeah, we talked about Owen changing his game this year as Zach Marvel all the way down the baseline right there, gets inside and scores. 16-11 now, the Ironmen lead cut to 5.
Marvel's one of the most impressive players for West, I think, and now they got a fast break.
Down in the other end, and no good on the shot that time as Charlie Hanks missed that one inside. Now Jarrell Brown back the other way for Normal Community. They're going to set things up. 6.5 to go before halftime. 16-11, the Ironmen have the lead. Connor Smith on the drive all the way down inside, out to Marcus Russell, and they will set the offense.
Yeah, really slowing it down here. I think that's actually a nice approach. I think West has been trying to speed them up. Now just wait for your best shot.
Connor Smith inside, going downhill. Tough shot that time. Owen Osborne has another rebound inside. He's got 4 points in the quarter here. All the baskets for Normal Community. Lead goes back to 7.
Yeah, no Kobe Walker, no problem in these first 2 minutes as Owen Osborne is doing a great job in replace of him.
Now ball on the floor. Osborne's got the steal. Marcus Russell wanted a timeout. Not coming from the officials. And stuck down low. He looked like he double dribbled on the play. And is that what the call was? I think that's exactly what happened. I think Zach Marvel double dribbled, so it will be Normal Community basketball.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, when all of a sudden the Ironmen had a quick, fast break, but Zach Marvel's been pretty impressive so far this game. He's got 4 points. Timeout called, 18-11 with under 6 left. But Zach Marvel's really athletic. He can get to the rack, and he's only a sophomore, so expect to see a lot more from Marvel.
Yeah, Brady, your thoughts so far here on what's happened in the second quarter?
Well, there's a lot of fast-paced, fast breaks back and forth from both teams, but I think the Iron are looking to slow it down and get their sets and set up their offense and just really run what they can run. As they're heading into postseason, they want to have a reliable set that they can go to against any team.
Now, so far in this quarter, Owen Osborne has all the points for Normal Community. They've been inside baskets, and that's what Normal Community has been able to take advantage of, that size against Normal West, pounding that basketball inside, but also just getting the ball up on the rim right now in the second quarter. Second chance points certainly in the Ironmen's favor here so far in this contest.
Yeah, and real quick as we have a break here, let's just quickly go through the last 10 games, and usually we say the last 10 years when we have matchups because it's usually just 1 game a year, but these teams have actually played, like I said earlier, this is the 12th game in 5 years, but in the last 10, Community's 8-2. They've won 8 of the last 9 with an average score of 55-50, so it is always very, very close, and actually the last 4 of the last 5 games were in single digits.
And Normal Community trying to break a 2-game losing streak here. Had a really nice run of 11 straight wins before that, but had a tough run down in St. Louis this last Monday. Jarrell Brown on the outside now. Looks to turn the corner, and the Ironmen will set that offense. 5.5 to go before halftime. 18-11 our score. Thought Kobe Walker was going to step into that 3 for just a moment. Trey Burdett will try one. That's no good, and rebound tipped out by Normal West. Boy, Trey Burdett usually waits till about a minute to go in the game to knock him down usually. He has been a clutch player for Normal Community so far this season.
Yeah, he really has. His points per game was 6 for most of the season, and he's gotten it up to 8 as of late. And they went into Kobe Walker there. Now we're going to get a three from Andrew Nauer, and that one is good. 10-point Ironman lead here with 5 left in the second quarter.
Yeah, really nice job that time by Normal West. They defended that lob really well, able to get a body on Kobe Walker. Didn't get anywhere close to the basketball, but the tip went right to Andrew Nauer. He was able to knock down the three, and Normal Community has a double-digit lead for the first time here tonight.
Yeah, we're seeing Normal Community get a groove on offense. Let's see how they can respond on the defensive end. They've been really strong so far this game, only giving up 11 points in 11 minutes.
Yeah, this is where West might struggle here, is to figure out where's that scoring going to come from, and it certainly hasn't been there so far in the second quarter. Just 2 points. That came from Zach Marvel. Ironman trying to build on a 10-point lead. Walker down inside. Strong move. Wouldn't go. Rebound tipped out. Nauer gives it to Burdett. Burdett now will set the offense, and back up top we go. We saw Normal West play a tremendous amount of 2-3 zone last year. A lot of man-to-man so far this year as Jarrell Brown down the lane. Nice spin and the score.
Wow, what a play there from Brown. I wasn't expecting that spin. He usually just goes straight to the basket, but he's got a lot of things in his bag there, and another and one from Brown.
Yeah, Jarrell's got 8 points now, 7 points in the contest. Trying to make it 8 right here, off to a really nice start. Can't knock down the free throw, but Owen Osborne has another rebound.
Wow, Osborne has been dominant in the paint. Kobe Walker's still in the game, but Osborne's still getting a big board. There's a steal there from Marvel. He's going to try to take it coast to coast.
Zach Marvel hit the bottom of the rim that time. Andrew Nauer able to play enough defense to make it difficult. Here comes Trey Burdett down the lane, drops it off for Owen Osborne inside. And Owen Osborne's got 6 points here now in the quarter. And this one getting away from Normal West here, 25-11 now the Ironmen have the lead.
And Burdett's got a plethora of assists so far in this contest as well, as we don't have an assist counter, but I'm sure it's getting close to 5.
Mike Zaleski is going to end up at the free throw line to shoot 2 right here, as the Ironmen have come out and outscored now Normal West 11-2 in the second quarter to extend a 5-point lead now to 14 with 3:32 to go before halftime.
Yeah, this West team is a team that averages 43 points a game. That free throw is good. So a pretty low-scoring team, but to kind of give you an idea of where they get their scoring from, 23 of those 43, so over half of their points usually come from Malik Given-Smith and Mike Zaleski, and those two, I believe, have only combined for 3 tonight, right, Mr. Swanson?
Yeah, so far Zaleski's got 3 and Given-Smith has not scored, so Zach here right on those numbers, as Zaleski's now got 4. West is coming off a loss to Peoria Notre Dame, 62-42 in their last contest. Lost to Manual 67-38, so took a couple games on the chin there as Kobe Walker takes the dribble now, and Jarrell Brown will set the offense. They're just going to lob it inside. Boy, that's almost unfair there. Inside to Kobe Walker. Goes up over everybody and lays it home.
We're just seeing some Walker dominance, which is really led by Normal Community, being able to take it outside, be patient, shoot it through when they need to, and then they can just give it right into Kobe Walker, easy to every time.
Now trap that time, going to the basket, trying to put that up over Walker, and got a foul coming up on Kobe. That was Riley Larkin, who's going to end up at the free throw line here. And the score is 27-13, Normal Community, 2:52 to go before halftime. And Riley Larkin now will look for his first points of the game from the free throw line.
Seems like just a few minutes ago it was a 5-point contest, and just like that, it is a 14-point lead for Normal Community. And we'll spend a lot of time talking about Kobe Walker this game, I'm sure. He's already got 9, but something to point out, Kobe Walker has 3 blocks in this game, and the Ironmen have 5 blocks as a team already. We're still in the first half, so Community is dominating defensively.
The game was tied at 9. Normal Community led 14-9 at the end of 1. Now 27-14 here, 2:45 to go before halftime. Trey Burdett down the lane, just lobs it up inside, and Kobe Walker puts another one in. And boy, they're just throwing it up there and letting Kobe go get it, and he is getting the job done.
Yeah, and you start wondering when they're going to put in Voorhees as their tallest player, besides the 6'6" center, is 6'2". So this Normal West team is really struggling against the 6'9", 6'10" Kobe Walker.
Now look at Marcus Russell guarding Mike Zaleski on the outside, really giving him fits. Back out front now for Riley Larkin. Nice back cut by Given Smith inside. Did a good job putting that shoulder down, getting a little bit of space and putting one in.
Yeah, and that's what Smith does. He can just put his head down, go to the rack, and get a bucket. He does a little bit of everything for this team. Leads them in assists and steals. There's the spin move.
Jarrell Brown showing it all tonight. He knocked down a 3 coming in. Extended over the top on a nice little jumper. Now the spin, getting to the basket right there and showing what he can do.
West cannot stop that move from Brown as he's had 2 spin moves here tonight.
Malik Given Smith's shot is well short that time, and now almost like a little bowling throw up ahead that time by Trey Burdett. Minute and a half to go here for halftime. There's a drop step inside, and Kobe Walker will put one home. Kobe's got 13, trying to make it 14, and to say he's been dominant inside might actually be an understatement.
Yeah, Kobe Walker's getting whatever he wants inside, and Riley Larkin, he's just a sophomore, 6'2", second tallest player on this team, but he averages 4 points per contest. He actually gets 5 rebounds, but Kobe Walker is just a different beast.
Yeah, he has certainly taken it to Normal West here so far. 34-16, 1:20 to go before halftime, and the Wildcats trying to chip into an 18-point deficit. Mike Zaleski has been guarded by Marcus Russell here over the last couple minutes. Marcus has done a nice job taking him out of the game here. Clock down to 105 as Given Smith off the screen. Back up top, here's a 3 ball by the Wildcats that goes down. It was Oliver Brookins.
Brookins is somebody that we saw a lot of in that inner city game. Brookins actually had, I think, 3 or 4 threes in that contest as him and Zaleski were really the leaders for the Wildcats.
34-19, Marcus Russell in there. Kobe's got the rebound. He's got the rebound again. He's going to be fouled at the head of the line.
Wow. 3 Wildcats on Kobe Walker there, and he still ends up going to the line. We've seen him dominate all season, but I don't think we've seen something like this game where I don't think it's ever seemed just so easy for Walker.
Yeah, it's not necessarily that first jump. It's the second jump that he is so quick getting back to the basketball. Showed it right there. 7 in the first quarter, now 8 here in quarter number 2. Kobe's got 15 on the board as Jaden Orick now subs in for Normal Community. And now you got Orick and Marcus Russell out there. That's going to be quite a combination here in the full court. We'll see if the Ironmen press a little bit as Walker knocks down the second free throw, and he's going to head to the bench.
How much is Kobe Walker up to now? Is it about 13 or 14 on the contest?
Yeah, Kobe's got 16
wow.
right now in the game. As Normal Community does extend a little bit of full court pressure as Jaden Orick now guarding Oliver Brookins, who just knocked down a 3 a moment ago.
I bet you West will just look for their best shot here, try to get a quick one up, but Trey Burdett erases that one from Riley Larkin. What a block there from Burdett. 6th block of the half for the Ironmen.
Yeah, it seemed like Brookins, that time Larkin was going to have an easy shot inside, block from behind. Now the Ironmen with a chance to double up the Wildcats here at halftime. 36-19, Normal Community's got 22 points in the second quarter, as they're going to take the last shot. Jarrell Brown's had a big game so far for Normal Community. He's got the basketball out front. Clock at 13, now to Bird. Burdett looked at it for a moment now, but they're going to want to get the last one. On the lane now to Marcus Russell with 6. Marcus with 5. Marcus inside finds Connor Smith. 15-footer goes down.
Nice find there from Marcus Russell, and that is going to be the end of the half. 38-19 with Normal Community doubling the Normal West Wildcats score there. And that last play really encapsulated what we saw in that second quarter, just offensive dominance from Normal Community. They had 24 points in that second quarter alone, and great find from Marcus Russell to Connor Smith to close out the quarter.
That certainly was. And Brady, your thoughts on the first half and maybe a dominant second quarter for Normal Community?
Well, so far we've seen a lot of dominance from Kobe Walker. He's tallied 16 points, which puts him on pace to go for his career high, which is 32, I believe. But outside of Walker, we've seen Normal use their length with Brown, who has shown a new move. He's got a nasty spin move that the Wildcats haven't had an answer for. And we see Owen Osborne on the boards dominating and putting in a couple points himself.
And Brady, you talk about a new move or Jarrell getting to the basket. We've seen Jarrell shoot a lot of three-pointers, but boy, adding that dimension to his game, boy, takes him to another level, especially just being a sophomore.
I think for sure when he can shoot the ball and he can drive past you and go over you and put the ball in the hoop, there's really not many answers they have. As the tallest guy, as Zach has mentioned, Voorhees is only 6'6", which Brown, I think, believe is 6'6", and he's not matched up against Brown. They have Zaleski on him, who is standing about 5'11", maybe 6 foot.
Yeah, and certainly the bigs for Normal Community have caused some tremendous problems for Normal West here so far in the contest. Well, Normal Community will start their regional road, and they'll start that on Wednesday. Brady and Zach, why don't you give us a quick rundown of what that subsectional looks like for Normal Community. It's an 8-team subsectional in the central part of the state, and then an 8-team subsectional in the southern western part of the state. Who's there? Who are the teams? And what might be some of the challenges for the Ironmen?
Yeah, so when we look at Normal Community subsectional, it actually starts against Normal West. Normal West, they're playing them on Wednesday at 6 p.m. at Normal West. And then right under them is Bradley Bourbonnais versus Minooka. That's also going to be Wednesday, and that is going to be the game that is directly after the Community West game at Normal West as well. So if you are going to come out to that one, make sure to stay for the second one. And that Bradley Bourbonnais team is actually number 15 in 4A. And if you're hearing a lot of noise in here, it is the guy-girl dance for Normal Community, which is really getting the audience engaged. That's fun to see. But Brady, you want to talk about the other part of the subsectional when you're looking at Rock Island and teams like that?
Well, the 2 seed, you have Rock Island, who just recently beat Quincy, and Quincy gave Community a great game last year. And they have a lot of returns this year. And Rock Island has already beat Community this year, handing them one of their 6 losses. So if Community faces them, they'll surely be looking for revenge. And then also you have a Moline team that Community handled pretty well about 2 weeks ago. And that'll be, if they see Moline, that'll be the 4th year in a row that these 2 teams will face off.
Yeah, and if you look at Rock Island, they're the number 2 seed. They actually have a better record than Normal Community now. They're 26-5. They're number 13 in 4A. They just beat the number 3 team in 4A in Quincy. They are red hot, and they beat Normal Community earlier this season. So that's someone, if I were to guess, who Community could see if they make it to the sectional semifinal. And then Bradley Bourbonnais is also number 15 in 4A, so they're a very good team, 20-7. And then if you look at the other subsectional, Quincy and O'Fallon play on Wednesday at Belleville West at 6 p.m. Then Belleville East versus Belleville West, a little rivalry game. Edwardsville versus Granite City, and Alton versus Collinsville. And if there's one team that sticks out to you, it is the number 1 seeded Quincy there, as they have just been dominant, only 3 losses all season. They're number 3 in 4A, and they're the favorite to make it out of the Collinsville sectional.
Yeah, they certainly are. And it's interesting, we had talked about this in the last broadcast that we did, but it looked like all year long the number 1 seed was going to be Rock Island. They really had a great year. They had beaten Normal Community, but the Ironmen got hot at just the right time, picked up that number 1 seed, and they really put themselves in good shape to be able to win the regional. Obviously, they're going to see Normal West again. Minooka and Bradley Bourbonnais both have nice teams, but I think they find themselves on the good side of the bracket here, especially to win a regional championship.
Yeah, it would be nice to not have to see Quincy until very later if Normal Community can make it through. And you know, we've talked about it this year just because it was such a crazy game last year. The game against Quincy is, you can't forget it. Last year it was the sectional championship, and at Pekin. This year the sectional championship will be at Collinsville Friday at 7 p.m. That'll be on the 7th of March. And in that game, Normal Community won off a buzzer-beating dunk from Jaheim Weber. And maybe this year we'll see a buzzer-beater from Kobe Walker. You never know.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is really nice that they won't see either Moline or Rock Island until you get to the sectional. And I think that is a big break for Normal Community because the Western Big Six is loaded this year with good teams like they usually are.
Yeah, they really are, and I'm really excited for this year's playoffs. You know, even if Normal Community doesn't end up making it to state, which they most certainly can, they have so much talent. They're a really deep team, but I'll definitely be able to stay either way because there is just so much talent in the state of Illinois, and I'm just really excited for it.
But we will see how the road in the state tournament goes for the Ironmen. Right now we are enjoying the guys and girls dance here and doing an outstanding job. And there it is, the Normal Community Dance Team with a few extras here tonight. We are at halftime, 38-19 our score, as Normal Community has the lead over Normal West. Let's look at the individual scoring from the first half. Kobe Walker led the way for Normal Community, 16 points in the contest. Jarrell Brown chipped in 9. Owen Osborne, 6. 3 points for Andrew Nauer. 2 points for Marcus Russell and 2 points for Connor Smith. On the other side for Normal West, Owen Voorhees got off to a hot start. He knocked a 3 in right away. He had 5. Mike Zaleski had 4. Zach Marvel had 4. 3 points for Oliver Brookins, 2 points for Malik Givens-Smith, and 1 point for Riley Larkin. And I guess if you're Normal West and you're going into halftime, it's really been the problem all year. How are we going to score? And especially with a 19-point deficit, that's got to be the big question for the Wildcats going into the second half.
Yeah, West is a team that only gives up 55 points per contest, which really isn't bad. It's about the average. But they only score 43 a contest, and when they're not getting stuff from Zaleski, or they're not getting stuff from Malik Givens-Smith, they really struggle to score. And tonight, those two have only combined for 5 points in the contest compared to West's 19 points. 19 points. They usually average over half of those points, and so I think West is kind of struggling to score 19, on pace for 38, which is lower than their season average, and more than anything, they just have not been able to stop Normal Community, especially in that second quarter that saw Normal Community pour in 24 points. Just real quick, there has been a lot of records set for Normal Community, a lot of stuff going on in the sports world. First of all, the girls basketball team just four-peated as regional champions yesterday following a 64-30 Rock Island win. And on Tuesday, they will be playing number 3 seed Pekin at West. That is, this year, they played Pekin and beat them by 3 points. So that was a very close matchup, and we'll see another rematch of that one. And something to note, if they can win that game, it will be the 4th straight season that they have made a sectional championship appearance, but they have not won any of those games, and they will probably be facing between Alton and O'Fallon, 2 big teams. They fell to O'Fallon earlier this year. Then a couple other news, boys swim sectional here tomorrow. Early in the morning, and if you want to show up to that, definitely support the boys swim team. They're having a great year. And Caden Carell, we said it earlier, just made it to the state championship. He will be playing in that tomorrow. And 2 little tidbits about records set in basketball. First, on the girls' side, Kenna Malinowski has the most 3-pointers made in a season in Normal Community history. And Kobe Walker, as we said earlier, set the record for most rebounds in a season. He's got it by over 20 already, 365, and that tally keeps going on throughout the playoffs. He could get up to over 400. The previous record was 345.
Yeah, he has had just an outstanding season, and we knew coming in that Kobe could really rebound the basketball. That we knew. We weren't quite sure about his scoring, but boy, he has shown the ability to be able to score inside as well. But he has rebounded extremely well his entire career here at Normal Community. Well, we are getting ready for the second half. Our scores: Normal Community 38, Normal West 19, and what are the Wildcats going to have to do to kind of get themselves back in the game here, guys, especially in this third quarter?
Yeah, Brady, go ahead.
I think they'll rely on the deep ball beyond the arc as they have all season. Mike Zaleski's thrown up 176 threes this season. So if he can start getting those to fall in, maybe they can chip into this lead, but it'll be tough shooting over the long arms of Jarrell Brown and Owen Osborne out there on the perimeter.
And also Marcus Russell had his moments on Zaleski as well. And when Marcus is guarding you, it's not so much shooting over the top, it's just getting to the basketball. That's the problem usually. He does such a great job with his pressure defense, as Normal Community will start the second half with the basketball with a 19-point lead here.
Yeah, what a start from Normal Community in that first half, and I expect them to just kind of go to that same inside-out action that they saw so successful earlier.
Oh, the back cut. Jarrell had everything but the basketball right there as he was ready to go up and maybe throw one down. We've seen some impressive dunks from Jarrell so far this year. Could have been a situation right there as he got to the baseline, but left the basketball behind.
That reminded me of that baseline dunk that we called earlier this season. It looked a lot like that little inside pass there on the cut, and here's a three from West.
Yeah, no good that time from the outside. Tipped around, the Wildcats have it. Down the lane as Larkin gives it off to Zaleski, and that ball is erased that time by Kobe Walker.
4th block of the game for Walker. He's got 16 points, 4 blocks, and who knows how many rebounds he's got. He probably has double digits already.
He kicks it out now for Trey Burdett from the 3 from the corner. That goes around, pops out, and goes back home.
Burdett is having a great season. He's just a junior. Expect to see him next year. I mean, it's a team that, this Normal Community team, obviously we talk about the age, but they also have 7 players that will be returning from this varsity team next year. Big ones, Trey Burdett and Andrew Nauer.
And Chase Caston as well. I don't even see Chase on the bench even tonight here for Normal Community. Hasn't made an appearance in the game at all. Do you see him down on the bench at all for the Ironmen?
I do not see him. Maybe he's come down with a sickness. I know it's really going around.
Owen Osborne down inside, out to Trey Burdett, 2 in a row. Nope, Owen Osborne's got another rebound for the Ironmen, and they will kick it around now to Andrew Nauer. Nauer down the lane, back outside for the Ironmen. And they'll swing it around now to Nauer inside for Kobe Walker. Walker does a nice job facing up, finds Burdett on the cut. Trey down inside, back out front. Nauer 3, good.
Well, you couldn't have asked for a better start to the second half for Normal Community. 2 quick threes, and the lead has blossomed to 25. And wow, what a start from Normal Community. Couldn't have written that up any better.
Yeah, a couple triples going down the well for the Ironmen. 44-19 now as they have run away from the Wildcats here tonight. The Ironmen looking to go 10-0 in the Big 12 for the 2nd consecutive year. Given Smith down inside. He runs into the wall known as Kobe Walker. Here's the 3 on the way. That's no good. Walker just about ran it down that time. The 6'9" big guy showing the speed going after the basketball.
Yeah, when Given Smith went to the rack there, I thought we were going to see Walker's 5th block of the game. But I think very smart decision by Given Smith, who is a whole foot shorter than Kobe Walker.
Voorhees now over to Zaleski. Zaleski's got 4, make it 7, and we talked about his 3-point shooting. And Brady, what were those numbers again of how many threes has he put up so far this year?
He's put up 176, 51 going in.
Yeah, those are some numbers right there. 3 for Owen Osborne. There's the answer.
Anything Normal Community wants, they are getting in this second half. 3 threes in less than 3 minutes for the Ironmen from 3 different players. Andrew Nauer, Trey Burdett, and Owen Osborne knocking that one down. He's having a great night.
Here's Voorhees on the other end, no good. How about the rebound for Owen Osborne right there? Here comes Trey Burdett to the glass, up with the left hand. Oh, and Kobe had the dunk finish, but it will be wiped off as Trey Burdett will go to the line. And boy, once Trey gets to his left hand, he can be difficult stop going to the basket.
Hey, I say we count the dunk there from Kobe Walker. How about we just count that putback there?
It's too bad you can't decline fouls in basketball, right? We have decided to decline the foul. We'll take the basket.
I think we need to add that to the game. You know, they're thinking of adding a shot clock to the high school basketball game. I think it was about 35 seconds. I think they tried that out for some teams. I think we need to, you know, you can deny a foul if you want it, if you have a Kobe Walker putback dunk like that.
Decline the foul as Marcus Russell had the basketball inside. The shot clock is actually coming in 2 seasons in Illinois high school basketball. So won't be here next year, but the year after. And that will certainly change the game on the high school level. As knocked around inside, and Trey Burdett does come up with it after all. And we're going to get a foul against Normal West. It'll go against Zach Marvel. Good hustle from both players.
I have no idea how Trey Burdett came up with that one. It seemed like Marvel had 2 hands on the ball, and all of a sudden Trey just stripped it from him. Trey's the only guy that averages 2 steals per game on this team. He leads the team in assists and steals with 4 assists per contest. He's that true point guard for Normal Community.
Here's Jarrell Brown, deep 3 that time. He's got it going tonight. He's got 12, and the Ironmen have knocked in 4 threes here in the 3rd period. There's an answer for Normal West the other way. Riley Larkin knocks in a 3.
Yeah, that's really the only positive for Normal West in this 3rd quarter, as they Their offense has been a little bit better. They've got 6 quick points, but Normal Community has 4 threes. Here's the 5th one, and it's good from Connor Smith. Normal Community has made 5 threes in the first 4 minutes of the third quarter. Wow.
Yeah, they've been firing them in. Brady or Zach, either one of you guys got any thoughts on a shot clock and high school going to a shot clock?
Connor Smith dunked there. Oh my goodness, it is a 30-point Ironman lead, but talking about a shot clock, I don't know if I like that for high school basketball. I like the difference in high school basketball that it's more of a strategy to hold the ball at times at the end of the quarter, and I want to see that. That's different than college basketball, different than the NBA. I don't think they should take it away.
Yeah, Brady, what do you think?
I have a little bit of a different outlook on it. I think it would be good, maybe not a 30-second like college or even a 24 like the NBA, but definitely like a 35 or 40. We saw in the state championship last year, Homewood Flossmoor, once they got out to a lead, they were able to hold on for minutes, and that really isn't – it's not exciting to watch a team pass the ball around. You'd rather see a close game and see some comebacks. I think it kind of prevents comebacks in high school.
Yeah, I'm with Brady on that one. Yeah, I've been asking for the shot clock to come to the high school game. I think it's going to make it a better game. And as you mentioned, teams that have guards can hold the basketball in high school basketball. I mean, holding the basketball is a skill. You got to have good guards. You got to have guys that can really handle the ball. But I think it's going to make for a more exciting game as we start to go forward.
Yeah, definitely. I think it could. I mean, I do think I like that high school's different, but you make a fair point there, Brady. That state championship did get pretty boring at times, and we didn't hear as much shouting and cheering as you do in super high-intensity games, and that was something that I did know, and I think a shot clock could help with that. So there's definitely both sides of it.
Yeah, Homewood Flossmoor got off to a great start in that championship game a year ago, and it was an uphill battle all night for Normal Community in the state title game, and Homewood Flossmoor's got a really nice team once again, but it almost looks like overall in the state that the 4A bracket is pretty wide open. There's a lot of different teams that could win that thing this year. Chicago Kenwood is number 1 right now, but there's a lot of teams that have their eyes on the 4A state championship.
Yeah, it is pretty open, but Kenwood on Max Prepped is ranked 17 nationally. They are a very solid program that's only lost 1. Kobe Walker just picked up 2 blocks. He has 6 blocks in this contest.
Now Gavin Sheets the other way, and he'll put it in. Yeah, last time we saw Gavin Sheets on the floor, that was against Muhammad Seymour. He came in the 4th quarter and scored 10 points. He was in double digits and didn't come in till quarter number 4. So getting a much earlier start tonight. Boy, this lead has ballooned to 32.
Wow, this is a dominant win from Normal Community and exactly what they need coming into Plain West again on Wednesday. Connor Smith almost got that and one on that one. But if you look at Gavin Sheets, he only averages about 4 minutes per game just because he's that player that he's really a practice player, great for the team, comes in the 4th quarter a lot of the time. But he shoots 77% from the field, 86% from 3.
As Connor Smith knocks in the first free throw, boy, the Ironmen have lit it up here in the 3rd quarter. They have 20 points already and make it 21 right there. 59 on the board. It's 59-25, a 34-point lead for Normal Community. Giving Smith down the lane. Nice head fake by Voorhees there. Got Kobe Walker up in the air, and Voorhees will head to the line for 2.
Yeah, that was a nice fake there from Voorhees. Walker has really dominated the paint offensively and defensively, but he did just pick up his 3rd foul. You start to wonder how much more of Walker you will see. It's a 34-point Ironman lead. They're really starting to dominate. We're seeing some substitutions like Gavin Sheets coming into the game, although Owen Osborne checks back in for Kobe Walker. And I don't know if we'll see Walker the rest of this contest with this 33-point lead, and regionals coming up next week.
And the same opponent coming up next week as well, as Voorhees knocks in the free throw. You know, it's interesting. It's a 32-point game right now. And the interesting thing is these two teams are going to play again on Wednesday in the regional semifinal. Will that be a different contest as Marcus Russell misses the shot? You got to think West will be more comfortable being in their own gym. All the pressure is going to be on the Ironmen. So we'll see if we get a closer game next Wednesday.
Well, we've seen that West can really knock down the 3 balls. That one gets turned over as Zaleski was trying to find Voorhees. But it was a 5-point game, 60-55 win. It was the first game of the season. Obviously, Normal Community has improved a lot since that game, but we know Normal West can really shoot the three ball, so if they can get going, it can be a completely different story. Obviously tonight, 32-point lead as Connor Smith tries to nail that three. We got 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Normal Community already has 59. They are lighting up the scoreboard.
And sometimes when that higher seed and the team that is supposed to win in a regional game gets behind, gets off to a slow start, they can get a little tight in those contests, and see if Normal West might be able to hang around a little bit better on Wednesday than they are so far here this evening. But down by 32 with 150 to go here in the third quarter.
Nice move there from Malik Givens-Smith. He's a bright spot on this team, just a junior, so he'll be coming back next year. He averages 10 points, 4 boards, 3 assists, 2 steals. He does a little bit of everything.
Yeah, able to get down the lane right there as Marcus Russell now throws it out of the trap now to Gavin Sheets. Over to Connor Smith. Down the lane goes Connor. He lost the basketball again, and Mike Zaleski down on the other end. Givens all the way to the basket. Looked like he might have gotten fouled on the play, but ball knocked out of bounds and belonged to the Wildcats.
Yeah, and we're seeing Jarrell Brown check out of this game. He had a really big first half. How many did he end up with? We probably won't see him for the rest of the game, up by 30. Jaden Oryx also checking in for the Ironmen.
Yeah, Jarrell Brown's got 12, and Kobe Walker did not score in the third quarter. And as you mentioned, you got to think Kobe's evening is done. He's got 16, but the Ironmen have gotten 5 3-pointers in this quarter from 5 different players, so a lot of different guys stepping up for Normal Community. 1:10 to go as a little step back that time by Givens Smith that doesn't go down. Owen Osborne has the rebound.
And those 5 threes don't happen without Kobe Walker being in the paint, drawing 2 bodies every single time, leaving an open body. Jaden Orrick thought about that three. He's going to kick it to Marcus.
Here's Marcus Russell, pushes up a shot from 15 that is no good. I like to see Marcus take a three. They have not seen much of that so far this year, as Zaleski now on the other end, down inside. He runs over Jaden Orrick, and Orrick will pick up the foul.
Yeah, Marcus Russell has not made a three all season, and actually something pretty surprising, Jaden Orrick has also not made a three all season. Back sophomore year, I played JV basketball with him, and he could really light up the deep balls. So I'd expect him to get a lot of minutes here tonight, and I could see him knocking down his first three of the season.
Zaleski's free throw is up, and it is good.
We see Jarrell Brown and Kobe Walker checking back into this game despite the 29-point lead for Normal Community with 43 seconds left in the third quarter. Bit of a surprising substitution for the Iron.
We'll see if Normal Community can push this out to 30 points, because I think that's where we get our running clock in the fourth quarter. So maybe that's the thought for the Ironmen here, as Zaleski now, as the lead is down to 29 with 42.8 seconds to go here in quarter number 3. Free throw up, and it is good. And we saw a lot of that at the Shirk Center. Mike Zaleski can shoot free throws.
Yes, he can. I think, how many did he attempt in that game? I think it was over 10. He went to, it was all off the line and three-pointers in that game in Inner City.
We'll go back and take a look at that here in just a couple of minutes, as Andrew Nauer now on the outside, guarded by Givens Smith, gets down inside, finds Kobe Walker, knocked away by Voorhees for just a second. Now over to Jarrell Brown, 15 seconds on the clock, 59-31 Normal Community. Brown now with 10. Jarrell's going to get a high screen with 8. Jarrell, 15-footer on the way, is no good. Rebound by Voorhees with 3. Givens Smith with 1. He'll let it fly, and Jarrell Brown blocked the shot, and that will do it for the third quarter. We have completed 3 quarters of basketball from Normal Community High School tonight. It's all Ironmen. Normal Community leads 59-31. And Brady, give me your thoughts on quarter number 3 and what you've seen so far in this ball game.
Well, they were able to extend their lead. They put a lot of different looks out there. You saw Gavin Sheets, saw Jaden Orrick. I think that shows how much depth this team has. And extending this lead is something they definitely didn't want to do after only winning by 5 last time. I think they wanted to make a statement tonight, especially after coming off 2 losses. They want to have some momentum going in the postseason.
So you asked, Mike Zaleski was 9 out of 12 from the free throw line in that game, all the way back at the Shirk Center. That one was played in November. That was the season opener for both teams. That was an interesting game because Normal Community led 16-5 after 1, but only 31-26 at halftime. It was 47-42 at the end of the third quarter, and the Ironmen and not overstating this, hung on to win 60-55. That was actually a game where, Zach, you and I both thought at one point Normal West was going to catch them in that contest. They never did, but Normal Community did hang on for a close victory. It has been a totally different game tonight.
Yeah, it got super close in that game. It was a 3-point contest, and we see the cheerleading contest with the two teams trying to do that. You see that in Inner City as well. But if you talk about that game at Inner City, it was within 3 points with 20 seconds left, and it looked like anything Zaleski was shooting up, he was getting. And this, obviously, a very different story. 59-31 Normal Community. We see Caleb Tyus, the Concordia commit, check into this ball game.
Yeah, Caleb Tyus, the 6'3 senior, wearing number 30, and the West Wildcats turn it over as Owen Voorhees that time couldn't quite hang on to the basketball there, so the Ironmen will have it.
And we have another substitution for the Ironmen. Carter Harris is into this ball game. He's a junior, someone that might be off the bench, could start next season. Definitely will see a lot out of Carter Harris. He's a kind of a modern day big guy. He can shoot the 3 ball, does a little bit of everything. On JV, he actually shot the 3 ball very well last season, so expect to see a lot from him next season. That's number 22 on the corner wing.
Caleb Tyus down the lane right there. He was fouled. Be the first team foul of the quarter on Normal West, and the Ironmen will have the ball baseline out of bounds.
And you start wondering when guys like Gabe Nege, Kellen Ogston, and maybe Gavin Sheets will check back into this ball game with that 28-point lead. Ironmen trying to get it back up to 30 as it went up to about 35 points, 34 points in this contest.
And then 34, I do believe, was the highest mark that the lead got to, and a foul coming up on Owen Osborne here. I think 59-25 was the score at one point as Osborne picks up the foul right there. So first team foul of the quarter there against the Ironmen.
Yeah, and when you talk about, I mean, obviously Normal Community has played an amazing game, especially offensively. Defensively, they were on fire, 59-25. They have given up 6 unanswered points, 4 of those coming from the free throw line, and we just saw a foul before. Obviously, didn't get him to the free throw line. It seems like Normal Community may be getting a little sloppy on defense. Maybe that's why some of these starters are still into this ballgame, like Jarrell Brown and Owen Osborne.
Tyus brings it down now over to Andrew Nauer. Nauer down the lane, and we'll see if Caleb Tyus will take a shot. Nauer looked at it for just a moment but didn't take it. There's Caleb Tyus, 3 on the way. That's no good that time. Tries to run down his own rebound, and he does, but the ball goes out of bounds. And I guess the question for both teams coming out of this game tonight will be, what kind of adjustments can Normal West make to make this a contest on Wednesday when we go over across town and they play it at their gymnasium? Can they keep the game close and push Normal Community a little bit?
Well, I think it's hard for Normal West because they don't really have an answer to Kobe Walker. So I think the answer that they're looking for is what they just did offensively, shooting the 3 ball. They're going to have to draw up some plays that get some open threes, because when they can shoot, they can really light it up and they can catch fire very quickly, but they just haven't done that here tonight.
They turn it over, and Malik Givens-Smith back the other way now. 6:10 to go here in the contest. Mike Zaleski knocks it down. Mike Zaleski can really shoot the basketball. Knocks one in right there, 59-34. So it's once a 34-point game is now a 25-point game. We go under 6 minutes.
Yeah, and a 9-0 run from Normal West, but yet the lead is still 25 for Normal Community. Here's a 3 ball.
AJ Ince knocking one home.
AJ Ince, we haven't seen a lot from him this season, but great shot, and he is just a junior. We'll see him next year as well. And it looked like he wanted a foul call on that one, but Zaleski is going to get the call instead, going to the free throw line. We have Gavin Sheets about to check into this game. We're under 6 minutes, 62-34 Normal Community. Something to note, Gabe Nege, Kellen Ogston, both moving their way up to the top of the bench, getting ready to check into this ball game pretty soon as well, I would assume.
Zaleski knocks in the free throw. He's now got 12 in the contest, and 7 of those have come in the second half for Zaleski. He's actually 9 here in the second half. And the second free throw up and around and in, so give him 14 in the game now. And with 5:38 to go here in the fourth quarter, 62-36, and there's Gabe Nege coming into the contest.
Yeah, love to see Gabe Nege get some action. 5 minutes and 30 seconds. We could see him for the rest of the game, along with Caleb Tyus, Gavin Sheets. Really, this whole lineup, it's a lot of players that come in late in the game, and it's a really fun lineup. As Gavin Sheets going to go to the rack, in and out. Gabe Nege got the offensive board, and the putback is good from Nege. Nice job there from Gabe Nege getting the putback layup.
Yeah, good to see that time. Got to that weak side rebound. Mike Zaleski again. It doesn't go. And Caleb Tyus has the rebound, and the Ironmen try to push this lead out to 30 points here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see with the Iron draw up here. Now we see Carter Harris in the inside instead of Gabe. Gabe at the outside. So we could see a little bit of big man connection here, seeing a little bit of vision from Normal Community. And if you're on the Ink Spot just scrolling around, there's 4 articles that dropped today. WWE Raw, Harrison Gordon Band, find out why you should watch them at the Castle Theater. Should we get rid of the penny? 1 second, we got a 3 from AJ Ince. That one's no good. And one more, there was a kidney dissection of a lamb at Normal Community that the Ink Spot covered as well. So we got a little bit of everything. Make sure to check that out in the closing minutes of this contest or right after.
And the ball tipped around there, and here come the Ironmen. Caleb Tyus throws it down.
That's what I like to see. Caleb Tyus with the thunderous slam there, and he cocked that one back and threw it home. It seemed like the whole gym just exhaled right as he threw that through the net. What a dunk from Tyus, his first of the season.
Yeah, that was fun to see, and just about got a steal. Now here is going to deal with the ball screen on the outside. 4:10 to go in the ball game. 66-36 our score. The Ironmen have led from the very beginning.
Now all we need is a Gabe Nege dunk to really cap it off for Normal Community, who's got a 30-point lead here. There's the step back 3 from Normal West. No good. And that one just falls off of Gabe Nege's leg there. It's going to be West Wildcat ball, and Carter Harris can check out of the game. Kellen Ogston coming into the game, also a junior, someone we'll see next year as the Ironman. You could see him starting next year. He's a big guy that can really get in the post. He's got a nice layup package.
3.5 now to go. We are in a running clock situation here. Here's a 3 by the Wildcats. It doesn't go down, and long shots, long rebounds, and now we're going to get a foul, I do believe, against Normal Community. But that clock will keep on moving here with 3:20 to go in the fourth quarter, and the Ironmen a comfortable 30-point lead.
Yeah, and this win will take Normal Community to the top of the Big 12, as they will be back-to-back Big 12 champions, back-to-back teams that were undefeated in the Big 12, edging out Peoria, who was 9-1 in conference, Central at 3rd, Manual at 4th in the conference with a 7-3 record. Reminder, they are a 2A team, ranked number 8 in 2A, and could very well make state, and they could very well win the state championship as the Ironmen get the rebound there. So watch out for them in 2A, as they were 7-3 in conference in this predominantly 3A, 4A conference.
Yeah, Peoria High, a 3A school. Champaign Central will be in 3A. Gavin Sheets now in the dribble drive. Got a little 15-footer, doesn't go down. Rebound tipped around inside. Sheets has it, and we'll get a jump ball that will belong to the Ironmen.
Yeah, I want to see the Ironmen go inside a little bit more, maybe a little bit more movement from the Ironmen, and that is a beautiful pass. Good find there from Sheets, and Jay Norick knew that was coming right to him. Quick layup. We're back up to a 32-point lead here at Normal Community with just 2 minutes remaining, and this game really couldn't have gone any better for the Ironmen.
Shot missed by the Wildcats that time. Isaiah Willis, the 6'1 sophomore, missed that one, and now the Ironmen, the clock is in their favor. 1:45 to go, leading 68-36. It was 14-9 at the end of the first quarter. It was really the second quarter, and Normal Community outscored Normal West 24-10 to really put this game away. Caleb Tyus down the lane, and we'll get a foul here against the Wildcats. As I mentioned, though, the clock will not stop the rest of the way, so we're literally a minute and 20 seconds away from this one being over and the regular season finishing up for Normal Community.
And we see Caleb Tyus and Gabe Nege go to the bench. Caleb Tyus had a big slam in the last regular season game, his first dunk of the season, and he is actually a great dunker. If you ever show up to the Y, he is always throwing it down. So great to see that happen in game for him.
The Wildcats back the other way down the lane, and a foul as Chris Vance, the 5'10 sophomore, will head to the free throw line here as the Wildcats just 5 points here in the fourth quarter. As Vance will get a couple of free throws. Normal Community has put 9 on the board in quarter number 4. And first free throw up and no good. And these free throws might pretty much take the rest of the time here in the ball game, as it is going to be at least a 30-point win for Normal Community tonight, as free throw up and good for Chris Vance.
Yeah, and looking at the rest of the Big 12, Richwoods will be standing at number 5, then Urbana, Peoria, Notre Dame, Danville, West, Bloomington, who did get a win in conference as they took down Centennial, and then Centennial at the bottom of the Big 12, 1-9 in conference.
Bloomington, West, and Centennial all finishing at 1-9 in the Big 12, and there it is. Our final score tonight from Normal Community High School. The Ironmen win it 68-37. So Normal Community gets the win tonight. They go 10-0 in the Big 12 again, and that is impressive. You look at the teams on that wall, all the tradition in the Peoria schools, the Champaign schools, Bloomington High School. It is a tough road in boys basketball in the Big 12, and to get back-to-back Big 12 championships, undefeated Big 12 championships, that is an impressive feat by Normal Community.
Yeah, it is a very tough road to go undefeated in the Big 12. If this year, Community is now 25-6 after the regular season closing out here tonight. And if we just quickly look at last year, they were 32-6. They won Intercity, much like this year. They did win the State Farm Classic last year, went undefeated in the Big 12 as they've done again this year, and then had an exceptional run in the playoffs, making the state championship after winning regionals, the sectionals, and the super sectionals as well, making it to the state championship. And their playoffs will begin Wednesday at 6 p.m. at Normal West against, once again, Normal West, who we just saw here tonight. It was a 68-37 Community win, but it was just a 5-point win earlier in the season. And if West can knock down some threes, it's a very different story, but they never really got anything going here tonight.
Yeah, Brady, your thoughts on the game and maybe what it looks like in a rematch next Wednesday?
It was great to see the Ironmen bounce back from the 2-game skid on the road and secure the Big 12 title tonight. And I think what was more impressive is how they showcased their depth tonight. You saw seniors like Jay Nort, Caleb Tyus, Gavin Sheets, Gabe Nege really playing their heart out. This is their last game on this court. So it's great to see those guys step up.
Let's get a rundown real quick of the individual scoring. Kobe Walker led the way for the Ironmen with 16, 12 for Jarrell Brown, 9 apiece for Connor Smith and Owen Osborne this evening. Andrew Nauer had 6, and a bunch of guys scored after that. Trey Burdett with 3 for A.J. Ince. 2 points in the contest for Gavin Sheets. Caleb Tyus had 2, but they were a thunderous 2 tonight. And Jaden Orick had 2, and Marcus Russell had 2 points as well. Total of 68 for the Ironmen. For Normal West, Mike Zaleski had 14. They got 4 from Malik Gibbon Smith, 4 points from Zach Marvel, 3 points for Oliver Brookins. Riley Larkin had 4, and Chris Vance had 1. It was 14-9 Ironmen after 1, 38-19 at the break, 59-31 after 3. They win it 68-37. And first of all, Brady, thanks for joining us, and great job on the broadcast tonight. Well, Zach, this is the final ink spot for you, and certainly it's been great working with you. Zach, I think our first game together was Sacred Heart Griffin. Does that sound right for football?
Yep,
2 years
Sacred
ago?
Heart Griffin football game.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, it certainly is. And Zach, if I remember, you and I just about sweated ourselves to death that evening. The air conditioner broke in the press box, and it was hot in there. Normal Community had an impressive victory. But, Zach, it's been great working with you. Your growth has been tremendous, and you are going to be an outstanding broadcaster, journalism, whatever you decide to do.
Thank you so much. That really does mean a lot. It has been great working with you as well. I mean, really the best person I could learn from, and it's been a really fun ride these 2 years, and we've done countless games.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
It's obviously a little sad, but it's also just been a really great experience, so thank you.
Yeah, Zach has done an outstanding job, and he will certainly be missed. Well, the Normal community basketball season is not done. The Ironmen will play Normal West. That will be next Wednesday in the regional semifinals. So Normal community goes to 25-6 on the season. Normal West drops to 7-20. Our producer tonight was Audra Wolf. Thanks to Audra and all her work. And, of course, Zach, you want to say some things about Mr. Bovenkirk real quick before we go off the air. Mr. Bovenkirk does all the work, sets everything up, and he really is the ink spot at Normal Community. So, Zach, your thoughts on working with Mr. Bovenkirk?
Yeah, I mean, I started working with Mr. Bovenkirk's sophomore year when I started journalism, and that year we didn't do any broadcasting or anything like that. But then when I stepped in junior year, he kind of asked me, he was like, hey, you want to do this football game? And I was like, sure, didn't really think anything of it. I've watched sports my whole life, right? So I've kind of listened to these guys, and I've always loved hearing it, but never really thought about doing it. And ever since I've had that opportunity, I really grew a love for it, and just really excited for that opportunity. He's given me all the opportunities, whether writing different stories, all these different games I've been able to call. So I really can't express my gratitude for everything that he's done, and really this whole Ink Spot program. So it's just been great, and he does everything behind the scenes, really anything you can think of.
Certainly does. We don't hear much from Mr. Bovenkirk. We don't see much of him, but he does all the work for the Normal Community Ink Spot. That's going to wrap things up. That wraps up our boys basketball coverage here for the 24-25 season, and it wraps up much of our Ink Spot coverage for athletics here at Normal Community. Once again, boy, we were treated to an outstanding season of Normal Community Ironman basketball. The Ironmen 25-6. We got to see them in their first game of the season in the Shirk, where this team has made tremendous strides over the last 4 months. Normal Community wins it tonight. Final score 68-37 over Normal West. For Brady Phelps and Zach Knox-Doyle, this is Joel Swanson saying so long for the final time in 24-25. The Ironmen win by 31. Have a good night, everybody.